So after the 49ers' abysmal performance against the Arizona Cardinals last Thursday, Chip Kelly decided to make a change at quarterback this Tuesday in this press conference, announcing that Colin Kaepernick will start the next game at the Buffalo Bills.
What do you think their chances are in the game?
Does it help or hurt? I'm not sure. We'll get to that one. I really want to get this whole Kaepernick kneeling national anthem thing put aside and laid to rest, because I think a lot of people make a big deal. You hear a lot of people saying, well, he's not starting because he kneeled, which is ridiculous. I mean, you'll agree with me
I
there.
agree, definitely. That's ridiculous.
I mean, he has his rights, and we can have different opinions on them, and that's, obviously the whole what makes this country great. We've done that to death.
Yeah, I'll say this. He has the right to kneel. I'm not going to say he doesn't have the right to kneel. No, he shouldn't be thrown in jail. And no, he shouldn't not be the starter, or he shouldn't be the starter. That's proven on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think that what made him not the starter was the fact he's coming off 3 surgeries. He's coming off an abysmal performance, and he didn't get the reps in a new offense. People, you hear a lot of mainstream people talking about Chip Kelly, and all of a sudden they have an interest in the 49ers. They didn't care about Colin Kaepernick at the season. It was when he took that knee, and that knee shouldn't decide whether he sits or starts. It honestly was up to Blaine Gabbert to decide that, and he failed miserably in aspects of the game. He just couldn't stretch the ball. And in Chip Kelly's offense, you need to stretch it vertical, or else they're just going to put a linebacker and a safety on the side the running back's on, and they're going to scrape the linebacker over, and you're not going to have any read option. You're not going to run the ball. You need someone that can make you defend the deep pass.
But just going back to some of what you said, you brought up Blaine Gabbert. Was it his job? Do you think he lost this job? I understand the 49ers aren't doing very well, but was it specifically because of his quarterback play?
I think that when you look at it, no, I don't think it's just because of his quarterback play, because I don't think he could stop the run. He wasn't a linebacker. He's not in charge of stopping the run.
Right.
And they gave up gashes to Carolina. I mean, they got the ball shoved down their throat by Seattle, by Dallas. David Johnson had a field day on them. But you kind of look at your quarterback, and he can't be the cause of just soul-crushing interceptions. I mean, and he was. He had a soul-crushing interception against Dallas. I mean, that's a touchdown.
He looked like a world beater the first half of that game. He did lead them straight 2 touchdowns in a row on 2 drives.
But I think what you need to be, and I think in any offense and with any quarterback, is you need to be consistent. What makes the Bradys and the Mannings great, you look at someone like Tom Brady, who's, in my opinion, second greatest, one of the best ever. It's not that he has this cannon arm or that he's elusive or he does other stuff. It's that he's consistent down in and down out. He's going to, motion a wide receiver to hit that guy for 7 yards, 10 yards. He's going to take his shots deep. Yeah. And when he does it, he makes sure that the receiver can get the ball. You look at those ones to Gronkowski, you've looked at ones to Moss. Now, those are world beaters, but he's also done it with, was it Deion Branch? He's done it with...
Curly's a good receiver. Just when, I went to the game and seen Curly get separation on almost every play. He's a good receiver. And he's really good.
And you have Torrey Smith, who's a burner, and you want to be able to at least put the fear of the defense. And therein lies the difference between Kaepernick and Gabbert.
Yeah.
Gabbert, I think, if you told him hit a 7-yard out, and he can do it a couple times, Kaepernick might decapitate a ball boy. But you hit that, you have a wide receiver running a crossing route, and he's 30 yards deep. Man, Kaepernick gives you the shot. I don't think there's a big difference. I think they both have strengths and weaknesses. But for San Francisco and moving forward with this franchise, for me personally, I just want to know, do we have to go in the draft?
And I think that's what it's all about. I really think even bigger than the quote unquote the on the field part, this is more leading into the off season. This is for next season. You have to find out who's your quarterback. Are you going to get one in the draft? Are you going to get one in free agency? And like I've said all along, I think the number one reason why Kaepernick hasn't been the starter, maybe say in the last two or 3 weeks, it's contract situation.
Yeah, he's got that RG3 issue where you're nervous to play him. And now, it's no coincidence that after that game on Thursday, you hear about the 49ers trying to restructure his contract to avoid those injuries and also make him a free agent.
Yeah.
They haven't officially signed
off on it.
Yeah,
yet, right?
It's still there. I think it's done.
It's being negotiated.
Yeah, so it's a win-win. It's the 49ers get to, if he gets hurt playing, then they get to, not be penalized for that money.
Right, he'll count against the cap next year.
If he gets hurt, yes.
Guaranteed, whether he plays, whether he's hurt, anything.
Yeah.
So they're trying to take off that guaranteed money off the cap next year.
Exactly. And he gets to be an unrestricted free agent. So he gets to test. He gets to go up with Hugh Jackson in Cleveland and go try to do that stuff there if he so chooses.
Yeah, which he probably will.
Yeah, I mean, they're quarterbacks.
I don't know why he would want to go to Cleveland.
Yeah, they're putting quarterbacks down like dogs over there, man. But
Jay,
go ahead.
Go for it.
No, I just think in the long run that I wouldn't be shocked if you see him and if he does okay. I mean, you look at them and people have this vision of Colin Kaepernick in their head, and he was great, but that was 2 years ago. That was 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Now, this idea of what he was, and NFL defenses have caught up to that zone read, and they know you can scrape a linebacker. The reason why guys like Russell Wilson and Cam Newton are still great at it is because with Cam Newton, he's so big, he can take shots. And B, they can stretch the field vertically. Oh, yeah. Until somebody got him good.
Yeah.
But, they can stretch the field. They throw the ball deep accurately. So you can't just put a safety down there. You can't just put a linebacker to scrape over. You have to defend the whole field. Chip Kelly wants you to defend sideline to sideline and from where the ball is placed to the end zone. And if you're not afraid of that as a defense, you're just going to sit there and say, we're going to put 8 in the box. The defensive end is going to crash down on the on the running back. Linebacker's going to go right over and hit the quarterback if he has the ball. And there's no threat of anything else.
So, $1 million question. Does he get the 49ers a win this weekend?
No. You're traveling to Buffalo. No. You're traveling to Buffalo. I want to say yes, but if they were coming back here, Rex Ryan's all fat and happy about, he beat New England.
He is fat and happy right now. I think that's why you have a shot.
But I look at it like he's coming in. He hasn't gotten all the reps. He will this practice, but, it was split. I think at last count it was. Yeah, he was only getting maybe quarter of a dozen reps, and he was doing scout teamwork because he had to emulate Cam Newton at times. Yeah.
Quarterbacks.
And so you're going against that defense, and then they run the ball, and Shady McCoy kind of wants to stick it to Chip Kelly, so I wouldn't be shocked if he has a big game.
I never didn't think about that.
Yeah, and we can't stop the run right now. And losing, I know a lot of people aren't familiar with Ray Armstrong. He was the linebacker that played across from Bowman.
Let's make him aware.
Let's make him aware. That guy, I think, they lost him week 2. Young linebacker, and he was really good. He was really athletic. He beat out Hodges, who they traded for last year.
Yeah.
He beat out guys who were established. They didn't draft an inside linebacker because they looked at him like from sideline to sideline, he has the speed, and when he hit people, when he hit Gurley in that first game, he put Gurley down. And then to lose him, and then to lose Bowman.
When did you guys lose him?
Ray we lost week 2 against Carolina. I think he has a torn pec.
And 2 weeks later, you lost Bowman.
Bowman, that's a soul crusher.
Oh, yeah. The game was over.
At that point, he didn't even get hit. He took a step and he fell, and you're just...
That's when you know it's bad.
Yeah, when you see
it's bad. Non-contact injuries are the worst.
You see him wheeled off, and then they played a short weekend. I think it's good for them to exercise all their quarterback options. They need to play the young guys. There are a lot of guys I like on there, but the story is Colin Kaepernick right now. The story of any team is the quarterback. And as much as
begins and ends.
Yeah, it's true. Either you have one that can help you win a game or you don't.
But right now, they're still trying to figure that out.
Very true.